What is up, my friends? We are travelling down to take on Arsenal on Thursday, and I couldn't think of anybody else I wanted to speak to about the game other than my Arsenal supporting friend, a man who's probably feeling quite smug right now, deservedly so, Mr. Lee Gunner. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, my friend. Thanks for the invite. Happy New Year to you, your lovely lady, and your beautiful children. Um, yeah, I'm a bit smug right now. I'm a bit smug. I'm glad to be here. Big ups to your community. They show a lot of your community show me love in my comment section as well, and a lot of them say that they found me because of you having me on. So I want to say thank you to them. I hope everyone has a blessed 2026, very prosperous and healthy 2026. But yeah, I am a bit smug, and apparently
You know
you're
what,
in
though,
your
man? You
injury
deserve to
FC.
be.
You're injury FC apparently. So
Look, I'm. If there's one thing I am, it's a sportsman, and I've looked at the situation with Arsenal this year, and I've thought, you know what, they deserve it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make any excuses for my own team. I've done that enough for my own channel over the course of the year, but you deserve to be 14 points clear from
yeah,
us at the top of the league. You deserve to be where you are. And I'm a little bit petrified, mate, about what's going to happen on Thursday. I mean, we're going down. We both know how the first game this season was decided. It was a moment of magic from Soboslai with a free kick that he could do 100 times and maybe never score again. So we got out of there. And I'm coming on Thursday, and I'm not going to lie, dude. You know the way you used to feel about Super Mick? Well, I'm kind of that way now about Arna. I'm losing. Well, I was going to say I'm losing my hair over it, but I've got nothing to lose. I'm losing my will to watch the Reds. This man's draining any bit of positivity out of my fandom, and then I'm coming across and see you guys, and you're flying.
you need to trust the process, Craig. It takes time. Yeah, it's a journey. Yeah, and I feel like you're being very toxic and negative right now. That's what I keep getting told. Yeah, it don't take time. Yeah, I'll take won the FA Cup in six months. Your manager's done it first season. The fact that your board have still stuck with him, I kind of get it. And this league's so rubbish. Yeah, I don't care if it's rubbish if we win it, by the way. Yeah, but this league is,
And I was the same last year, my man, and you shouldn't.
yeah.
You win. It's not your fault. It's like it wasn't our fault last year if teams were inconsistent. It ain't your fault this year if teams aren't as consistent. Your team is your top of the league, and credit due, that's where you
We
deserve to
deserve to
be.
be top. And like I said, this league is so poor that you've got Liverpool in fourth, Man United or Chelsea in fifth, and vice versa. I think Man United are fifth and Chelsea is sixth. Oh, crap. Let's just be real with it. This season they have been rubbish. Aston Villa, yeah, deserve to be where they are, but let's not forget that 15 games ago everyone thought they were getting relegated. Yeah, and that's how quick everything turns around. 15 games ago, you were flying top of the league, 5 out of 5. Yeah, scamming wins. We've scammed wins. Wolves, Everton. But on the flip side of that, when we're good, we are unbelievable. Atleti, Bayern Munich. Yeah, Aston Villa without Declan Rice, who has been our best player this season. Him and Timber.
And they were on a 11 games winning streak, man. They couldn't have came to your gaff with any more confidence.
Yep, their goalkeeper gets too emotional when he plays us. Yeah, because he used to play for us, didn't he? Yeah, and if he hadn't spilt the ball, yeah, we'd probably still be playing now and never have scored. Yeah, and it probably would have ended 0-0. Or maybe they scam a win. Yeah, so big up Emi Martinez, thank you. Sad news about Isak, sad news about him, because like, listen, as bad as he's been, and he has been poor since he's gone there. Yeah, gone to you guys. Yeah, you don't wish that on anyone. Ekatike, apparently, I don't know. Now I'm glad I'm here, because half of my chat were telling me that Ekatike is going to be fit and available. The other half were telling me he's not. Obviously, you're the man when it comes to Liverpool for me, Craig. Is he going to be fit and available? If not, and it's 50-50, would you risk him?
I think he will probably be risked. Should he be risked? I think in an ideal circumstance, no. He missed the last game. It's been a really interesting one, Lee, because he's never finished 90 minutes this season, or if he has, it's been a handful of times. He's shown fatigue 70, 75 minutes as he's getting used to the Prem. I think he's going to play personally, but I don't think he's going to finish the game. I think you'll see Cody Gakpo maybe come on around 60, 65. But I think Slot's under so much pressure, much like Arteta, that we used to claim Arteta rushed people back a lot of the time from injury. I think Slot might have no choice now but to play him in this game, because if we lose badly, that could be the end for him.
Yeah, true. Arteta's still doing that, by the way. Yeah, I've predicted every injury in the order they're going to happen this season. Yeah. However, I am very confident. The problem is every time I'm confident about this club winning a game by a decent sized margin, we end up messing up. So I'm not going to go over the top when we get to the predictions later, but I am looking forward to the game. Like Arsenal Liverpool is always a good game. We have a great record against you at our ground. You have a fantastic record against us at your ground. Yeah, you scammed the free kick that went flying top bins. Yeah. And listen, what a goal. That was one of the best goals of the season, by the way. Yeah, the lad who scored for Fulham the other night against you, that goal's up there as well. Yeah, the equaliser. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And Mikel Arteta needs to get over the line this season. And for me, Craig, yeah, like anything less than a win against Liverpool in that game is unacceptable for me. The way you've been defensively, you're all over the place, the injuries, your midfield looks so disjointed this season. Last season, McAllister was
You
flying,
could drive an articulated lorry through our midfield without getting touched.
but at the same time, you could do that with us at times. Yeah, like we play Sunderland away. Yeah, we brought a defender on, and they were just one pass, it cut through everyone. Yeah, and this is the thing with my manager. Yeah, it's like we're at home, so we have to take the game to you. We have to win because as poor as Man City are, and they are poor, yeah, they're only 6 behind. Yeah, and they are poor. Yeah, they were great against Chelsea the other night in the first half. Yeah, it should have been out of sight, but then Chelsea battered them second half. Yeah, and this is why this league, this game, sorry, not the league as well, but this is why this game is so unpredictable because even though on paper it looks like a nailed on win for Arsenal, if Liverpool turn up, pressure starts mounting. 70, 75 minutes is
That's
still
all I have
0-0.
on my side here, mate, is hope. Is hope that there's that professional pride that the lads go and think we can't roll over and make this easy because there's nothing indicating that I can come into this game as a red with any positivity, with any expectation of a win, with anything other than a realism that our unbeaten run of 9 games is the most unconvincing unbeaten run in the history of English football. And we just look lost, like we look absolutely lost. And I've been paying attention to you guys this season, and you've got that swagger. And what you did in the summer, you might not have got the headlines as much with so many of the signings. Like we got the Isak, we got the Verts, but you built out the squad a bit more. You added a bit more depth. You brought in Nkapie at the end, and that is, I think, sometimes it's a battle of attrition to win the Premier League. It's who can last the longest, who can stay fit the longest, and I honestly think you guys are going to get over the line this year and do it. And
Please.
people have said to me all the way through, "Oh, I hope Arsenal fans don't win it to be unbearable." You know what my answer is, Lee? You're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the other way around. I'm supposed to be unbearable, and that's the payoff for us fans. So I don't begrudge Arsenal fans if you win the league that bit of
That's why you're
bragging.
my friend,
You
Craig. That's
deserve
why
it,
you're
man.
my friend, yeah. Like our fan base are a bit off key at times, yeah. But so are Liverpool, so are Man United, so is everyone's, yeah. I get why people don't want Arsenal to win it. I totally get it because I battle against these people every day, Craig. Yeah, they go over the top. We were going to beat Chelsea's goal record. Well, we can't concede another goal for the rest of the season now. Then, yeah, we're going to do the quadruple. How about win the League Cup first, and we go from there? Yeah, and that's the one cup I want, Craig. That the last time we won the League Cup, that was '93. Jesus Christ, I'm 93. I was born in '82. I was 11, Craig. Do you know what I mean? It's like just win something, and like that, and I really want that trophy because it galvanized the group. Yeah, like when Pep came in, he won 4 of them in a row. Yeah, when Jose came into Chelsea first time round, he won it. Yeah, Pep's taken that cup seriously again this season. Why? Because it's a new group of players that he's assembled over the last 12, 18 months. They haven't all got over the line together. So now he's taken that cup seriously again because it's the first one. Yeah, and I feel like that game would be an Arsenal. I think we'd beat Chelsea, but you never know. Yeah, but I feel the game that we play on Thursday, yeah, that has to be a win, Craig, because Declan Rice has been superb. If Declan goes out of this team for any sustained period, I know he missed the Villa game, we battered them, but they folded after the Emi Martinez mistake. Yeah, we were quality in the second half, I can't lie. But if we do not win that game, then we struggle in the next game against Portsmouth, I think it is we've got. Yeah, which is a chance to rest Declan, by the way. Yeah, all of a sudden you're going into the, and it's like, I just want us to, Declan needs a rest. However, we haven't got anyone like him in our squad. And he is the heartbeat of our midfield. He's the heartbeat of the team, I'll be honest. Yeah, the fact that we're top is probably down to him, Timber, and Gabriel. Yeah, because the rest of them have been hit and miss. Yeah, they're the 3 constant, consistent players in our team. I mean, Timber, I ain't seen him get ruined all season. Yeah, Gabby, yeah, cool. He messed up against Bournemouth the other day. Within 5 minutes, he rectified it. Yeah, that's the first time he's messed up for a long time. Yeah, our striker, well, is what it is. The way we play football, it ain't suited to him. But hopefully he bags a hat trick against you on Thursday and shuts everyone up. Yeah, because our fan base are on his case.
Yeah, so for all the compliments I'm going to give Arsenal, have given Arsenal, probably will give Arsenal, I've always been a believer that Gyökeres isn't suited and good enough for the Premier League for anyone. Doesn't matter whether it's you, us, United, City.
Wow.
I just don't think he was that guy.
Well, what makes you think that? Because that's a lot of Arsenal fans, and not just Arsenal, but obviously we have multiple club fans in our chats at times. A lot of people have said that. How does a player score
It's the
97?
Darwin Núñez effect for me, bro, because I've seen Darwin do it in Portugal, come over and not really do it over here. I just don't think it's a league you can really get a read on for top talent. And look, he's a good player. He's a physical specimen. But I guess it's what Arteta wants. Like, I never expect him to be prolific, but if he can be part of your team and chip in, good. You don't want any one player being responsible for all of your goals, because then if that player's out, you're screwed. You want
Mohamed
that
Salah.
to be spread around.
Mohamed Salah.
Dude, who you telling? Look at it this season, my God. Like we broke the British transfer record twice, and yet we're somehow
Worse.
struggling to stay in the top four.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Man,
Well,
it's beyond
what do you put that
comprehension.
down to, Craig? Because I see something the other day on Instagram, a couple of weeks back, where, like, for me, I'll just give you a quick summary of what I see on that. It was an Insta reel. The amount of times Wirtz is standing wide open for a tap-in and none of your wingers pass to him. That is the same with me with my striker. They're so greedy, yeah? And then he's supposed to read a first-time cross. We don't first-time cross. Yeah, we cut back in and we slow it down. So it's like trying to get to know each other, but then you've got Salah that just wants to bag, because he's on a bonus. You've got Gakpo that wants to bag. He's on a bonus. Wirtz is desperate to bag a goal. Yeah, nobody's passing to him when he's open. And it's the same with Gyökeres. And in spite of all of that, Gyökeres is still our top scorer, I think, in the Premier League. I think he's joint with Trossard, maybe. But what do you put that Wirtz thing down to? Do you think it's just greed, or do you think it's the fact that you've lost Trent, you've lost a few other players along the way as well, a few injuries along the way? Or is it just the fact that these players are greedy?
I think it's a mixture of a few things. There is definitely a battle to be the guy, and Troy Deeney said this, and I never thought I'd be sitting here agreeing with Troy Deeney, but he said, like, Liverpool have gone from Salah's the guy to Wirtz coming in, used to being the guy at Leverkusen, to Ekitike coming in, used to be the guy at Frankfurt, to Isak coming in, used to be the guy at Newcastle, and there's this battle for supremacy. But here's the key. What made us great under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion and most Liverpool fans' opinions, is we were a team that were better than the sum of our parts. We weren't individuals. We were a team. We were a unit. Now, that's not there. Now, why that isn't there is probably a mixture of ego and a couple of other things like changes and stuff, but it's not going to notice, and you're not the first person that said it. The German media in particular have been speaking about Wirtz. There's one game that stands out to us Liverpool fans where Salah could have squared it to him for a tap-in at a time where Wirtz was under pressure to start getting goals and didn't. Only Mohamed Salah can tell you the answer as to why he didn't do that, but you're not a million miles off with it being a topic that's been widely discussed. What I would say is I think Wirtz is starting to show his quality. He's got a couple, two in a row. For what it's worth, I actually think the one against Fulham was offside. I still think it was offside, even though it was given
kind
him
of it's kind of ironic that he's starting to show his form when Salah's not in the team.
I don't know what to say, man, because I love Mo. I love all of these guys, but I do think football's littered with the history of teams that have tried to be individuals that haven't won, like PSG. It's no accident that PSG get rid of Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and then all of a sudden these young, hungry players buy into the philosophy of Enrique, work their asses off, and deliver themselves a European Cup. I think that's what we've got to get back to at Liverpool, is playing as a team for each other and not to try and be the guy.
I 100% agree. And I think that's what Arsenal do. Yeah, I think Arsenal are like that. Like, defensively, we're solid, but that's because the whole team is solid. Yeah, everyone's defending. But so I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. And
before I let you go, give me a quick guess at your 11. I mean, I can tell you mine real quick because I put out the preview today. I've gone Allison, Bradley, Canade, Van Dijk, Robertson, because I don't think they're going to risk Kirkes away against Arsenal and will need to be a bit solid. I've dropped Gravenberch, so I've gone for Maka, Soboslai, Wirtz, Frimpong on the right. On the left-hand side, I've gone for... Who did I go from the left-hand side? It wasn't Gakpo. Up top, I went for Ekatike. On the left, I went for... Was it Soboslai on the left, I think? Let me just go through that again. So Bradley, Canade, Van Dijk, Robertson. Then Soboslai... Jones was on the left. So Soboslai, McAllister, Wirtz, Jones, Frimpong, and Ekatike. That's the 11 that I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, Raya's in goal. We'll have Timber, Saliba, Gabby. Calafiori's out, so it'll probably be Skelly. Or no, actually, I think he'll go in Capia. Yeah, I think he'll go in Capia. Skelly's too lightweight defensively. Good going forward. Midfield, Zubermendi, Declan, Odegaard. I reckon he'll go Martinelli, not Trossard. Yeah, Martinelli always does well against Liverpool. Whether he scores or not, he always plays well. Obviously, Trent's not here now.
And Klopp loved him as well, by the way. Klopp was a huge fan of Martinelli.
He was. Then on the right, obviously, Bukayo Saka picks himself, even though I would play Madueke because I think Saka's been awful this season. But up front, I reckon he'll go Gyökeres, but on about 60 minutes, he'll take him off and 29 will come on. I'm not saying that guy's name. Yeah, and then he'll make the changes and put Jesus on, and depends how the game goes. I've just seen Vertz's goal right now. He was definitely offside. But yeah, I think that's what he'll do. And listen, at the end of the day, the games are always good against each other. Yeah, the 2-2 at Anfield, yeah, where you robbed us of a title. Well, actually, Arteta did. Yeah, the 3-3, the bounce goal from Ozil. I was at that game, right behind that. We always have good games. So I'm looking forward to it.
One as well where Arshavin scored 4 against us at one point in the League Cup.
Yeah, the 5-5, and it went to penalties in the Cup. Some of the goals in that, Divock Origi's goal in that was crazy. Joe Willock's goal in that was crazy. We always have good games. Yeah, because I feel like both of us go for it. But I feel this season, like, we're going to manage that game and you're going to be all over the gaff. You're going to be baffled with our set pieces, mate. Trust me. You lot are going to be baffled.
We've scored 1 goal from 104 corners.
How many you conceded from corners?
We've got a net of, from set pieces, I don't know the corner enough, but from set pieces this season, we have a net of -9. So we scored 4 and we've like conceded fucking 13 or something like that. Like we've the lowest. We're the worst in the 20 clubs in the Premier League.
Yeah, you're done.
For goals conceded.
You're done. No, we're winning this comfy. I think you'll score though. I do think you'll score. I've just seen that rocket again from Reed. Sorry, that was a fucking screamer, mate.
Yeah, but you see what? You see the rocket, but my Liverpool eyes see lazy arse lads not closing them down. Yeah, he might have got a shot away anyway, but we were set up for a long throw in. They didn't react to the short throw in. They didn't get out to close them down. And look, it's a worldy strike. You could do that every day of the week and he'd never do it again, but incredible. Don't begrudge him, man. It was a great strike, but our defender should have closed them down. So, give me a prediction before we finish up.
3-1 Arsenal.
You know what? I've 3 times now in the history of my channel I've predicted us to lose, and this is one of them. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Oof, I'm negative.
And I can't come on with a clean content, man, and say anything else.
No, I hear it, Craig. Yeah, you get to a point. I know you need to wrap, and we've gone way over what we were going to do. That's how quick the time flows, man. But it does just flies by when I'm talking to you. I know you're being it's not negative. You're being honest. Yeah, but I understand it and I get it. Yeah, you're not playing well. Yeah, we found a bit of form. Yeah, we've beaten a team that we didn't beat last season that beat us home and away, and we beat them away. We slapped up Aston Villa, and we're scoring open play goals again. But at any point, we score a set piece, and we know that your defense is shaky this season. So I see you scoring, but I think we'll be like 2-3-0 up before you score. 3-1.
I don't know, my man. I don't know. Look, I think we have a good enough squad. We'll come back over time. It'll settle down. But for this one, you're deserving favourites to go into it. And look, I'll be on your channel for a fan cam afterwards, and we will definitely pick the bones out of it then. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to get across. Check out Lee Gunner, good friend of mine, a good guy behind the scenes as well, and somebody that I think the world of. So, Lee, thank you for coming on. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I would wish you well on Thursday, but I'd be lying to you. So, we'll catch up afterwards on your channel. But, bro, appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me on, man. Bless up your community as well every time. Appreciate you, bro.
We'll talk soon, folks.